Tamil Nadu is a police state. Police is available for hire. In the police itself, there is tremendous caste divisions. There's also political divisions. Unfortunately, senior IPS officers have sold their soul. They've removed their spine. Their commitment is available for a price. Obviously, the Chief Minister is responsible for the whole thing. What did the DMK do to curb police menace in Tamil Nadu? We have examples of the CBI itself showing caste and various other prejudices in their thing. The bulk of custodial torture takes place in theft cases. The government has very beautifully silenced the victims.
Hello everyone, welcome to TheFederal. Today we are diving into very critical issue which hunting Tamil Nadu for many years, custodial death. Tamil Nadu tops in custodial death for many years among southern states. Recently, Sivagangai district custodial death has raised many serious questions. I am joined by Dr. V Suresh, senior human rights lawyer as well as PUCL General Secretary today to discuss on this subject. Thank you so much for joining with us, sir. The Tamil Nadu government has dismantled the Friends of Police system during 2020 when Sathankulam custodial death reported. Now, following Sivagangai custodial death, they have dismantling special units. What's your take on it, sir?
Primary issue with the Tamil Nadu police is that they rule the state. Irrespective of the political party, DMK or ADMK, Tamil Nadu is a police state. Police is available for hire. Barring a small number of very honest officers, bulk of the police force is corrupt. Now, when corruption is there, obviously there are two types. One is political corruption, other one is corruption because of money. Okay, so on a lot of money-related cases, theft and theft-related cases, the police are used by any of the affected parties or parties claiming to be affected to use the police powers. In the PUCL, we have been opposing for the last 25 years the concept of Friends of the Police. Friends of a Police may have started out with the aim of using local youth and training them like home guards. You see, but they eventually end up in people who do katta panchayat, okay, who do the kangaroo courts business, and they use their access to policemen for political patronage and also to make money in the local
Collecting money.
collecting money, mediating between people in civil disputes, etc. So the Friends of the Police, we felt, is giving way to an unlawful police agency which will not be held accountable. So that's one. So even in the Benix case, when the Friends of the Police did, we were not surprised. There are numerous complaints which have come about Friends of Police becoming a lawless force. The police will use the Friends of the Police for various ulterior purposes. Similarly, the special investigation groups.
Special unit they call
the
it.
special unit that they call. Now, they are not police unit special units, they are other type of units. So, bottom line is there accountability? Is there any mechanism to ensure responsibility from the police for their action? That is unfortunately almost zero in Tamil Nadu.
So, FIR filing authorities fell on in the station officer who sits in the station. But special units, like they will take the accused without any accountability, they will grill them for many days.
Which is precisely what they do. So, tomorrow, they will then say that it is not us who did it. It's a special unit which did it, not us. You see, but it is all happening under the cover of the police station and under the jurisdiction of the police officers there. They have to be held responsible. You have a young IPS officer who 2 years back went and pulled out teeth from suspects.
Nellai district. Yes.
Okay, in Nellai district itself. This case, what has happened to him? Nothing has happened to him. They had a eyewash of an inquiry and they put his name in. Nothing has been done.
I'm about to ask that question, sir, because there's a perception saying that only lower level police officials get punished in custodial torture, but not like seniors like IPS officers.
Definitely, I think there's a lot of truth in that. The IPS officers is like a guild. They'll come and protect themselves, and they want to project themselves as the saviors of the legal system. In fact, unfortunately, it's not true. If the top officer stands firm, no torture can take place in India and in Tamil Nadu. Unfortunately, senior IPS officers have sold their soul. They've removed their spine. Their commitment is available for a price. Where then is constitution, constitutional values, accountability, responsibility? These are all farcical words that they use. You see? So when to get over their own inefficiencies and their own collusion in actual custodial crime, they make it easy for themselves to escape by putting some lower down official and making them accountable for it. Eventually, it will take years and years. Convictions is almost zero in Tamil Nadu. And if you look at the rates of custodial deaths in Tamil Nadu, it's abysmal. Tamil Nadu has a rate of 490 deaths in the last 6 years, between 2017 to 2022, as available from the NCRB records.
Yeah.
You see, 490 in this many years. I mean, you don't compare it with UP with 2,630. That should not be the bargain. The comparison should not be how bad other states are. The comparison is that even if one custodial death takes place, that's one death unnecessary. So with 490 deaths in Tamil Nadu, obviously this is an abysmal record. Now, how many convictions? Zero. How many people ultimately go through trial? Very, very small proportion.
The allegation persists that some section of Tamil Nadu police is politicalized more, as well as there are divisions among them in caste-wise. So in your experience, can you just elaborate how the system become worst?
No, I think it's very, very highly caste-based. Okay, there are obviously caste blocks. Different parts of Tamil Nadu can be divided geographically and socially into different regions. So in the south regions, you have the Tevars in one area, Nadars in another area. Okay, then in the north part, you have the Vanyars and you have the Odayars. Okay, and then you have the Mudalayars. You know, so there are different, and the Gounders in the western part of, who are the land-owning elite in that area. Now, when personally as a lawyer, as also as part of PUCL, we have handled cases from all of these areas. Many of them involving the dominant caste. Now, dominant caste, because of their social privilege, and also because of the type of power that they wield economically and politically, they in many ways are also controlling the police and the administration. Okay, so in the police itself, there is tremendous caste divisions. There's also political divisions. Officers are known to be pro-DMK or pro-ADMK. Vice versa, anti-DMK and anti-ADMK. And they don't get posted in proper postings. Now, unfortunately, this has happened because the IPS officers, as a class of people, though they take oath on the Constitution of India, ultimately in practice, their commitment is only to themselves and the political party. It's not to the Constitution of India or to the rule of law. Which is why today we are living in a sad position that police officers are not only covering up crimes based on caste affinity, community affinity and party affinity, but also ensure that justice is not achieved. See, the primary accountability will have to be with the station officers and the superintendent of police. Okay. Now, there is in the legal system a concept called command responsibility. Command responsibility is all the officials who are responsible for enforcement of the rule of law in a particular district, which can be broken down to taluka, it can be broken down to village or a police station. All the officials who are responsible in terms of command responsibility should be held liable. The top person in that command responsibility, so who is a larger one? The IG of a range. Below the IG is a DIG, which is in circles. Below the DIG are the SPs. Below the SPs are the DSPs. Below the DSPs are the circle inspectors, the sub-inspectors, and then the station house officer. The entire system should be held responsible. They should be immediately booked. They should be transferred until the entire issue has been properly investigated. Okay, and their role is shown to be not very direct. Now, we have to make a distinction between two things. One, policemen who are directly responsible for a particular offence. Two, policemen who fail to use their power of supervision and monitoring and enforce the rule of law.
They are also in the part of crime.
So they are in a way colluding with this entire process. Both the sets of people will have to be held responsible. Okay.
So what is the role of a chief minister? Because many of the people are now blaming plantarily that chief minister is handling home ministry, so he should be accountable for this such a custodial.
In the whole political system, obviously the chief minister is responsible for the whole thing. But to name the chief minister as responsible for every single incident that happens dilutes the whole issue. It diverts. So it dilutes on one hand, it diverts attention. But every time taking it upon the chief minister, asking him to resign, that's besides the point. But ultimately, the chief minister is responsible for the state of law and order in the state. And if the records of Tamil Nadu police is abysmal. Okay, let's take preventive detention. Tamil Nadu, the preventive detention figures are very alarming. Today, one of the newspapers has come out with the news saying that 2,129 preventive detention, they're called detinos. They're not called prisoners. 2,129 detinos in Tamil Nadu in the last 1 year. 38.5% of them are Dalits. Okay, whereas the Dalit population in Tamil Nadu is only 20.01%. So even from practice, even anecdotal experience, we know bulk of the people who are inside are Dalits or people who belong to the very marginalized communities. Okay, now these data is there with the political executive also. We have to ask the question, because ultimately it's now coming, election time is coming up. We have to ask, what did the DMK do to curb police menace in Tamil Nadu? Encounter deaths is almost the same, if not more than the encounter deaths in the Edapadi reign. Okay, so under the DMK, it has not stopped. They said that they will stop all of the police encounter. Nothing has stopped. In fact, more number of encounters. In PUCL, we have a report where we have come out talking about the number of encounters in the last 5 years. It's equal, if not more than what happened in the previous 4 years of the Edapadi. The 1 year was lost because of the political circumstances. But the numbers in the DMK regime has increased. Likewise, the number of custodial crimes has not come down. It's only increased. So in the DMK regime, there has been once again patronage given by the chief minister and key ministers to the police. It's a quid pro quo. See, the political executive enters into a quid pro quo with the police. The political executive will say, if any demand for action is taken against the policeman, we will shield you. In return, you do whatever we want you to do, which is to spy on their own party cadres or seniors or people who are challenging the political leadership, and also the opposition people. That's on one part. Second part is any political threat to them, the police is used as a handmaiden. They're using as a smashing weapon. So it's a very cozy relationship between the ruling party, whichever it is. AIDMK is no innocent set of people. AIDMK is equally responsible for how the situation has come about. This is happening for the last 30 years. It's been a consistent stand of PUCL that Tamil Nadu is a police state. It's actually ruled by the police.
Sir, I just want to know how effective legal mechanism, including that Human Rights Commission, working in the state, because there are guidelines given by the Supreme Court as well as the National Human Rights Commission that they should follow some procedure to arrest on a person under some sections. So, do you think that legal mechanism is really working?
Not really. The State Human Rights Commission operates in fits and bursts. People who are appointed to the commission, barring one or two exceptions, and there are one or two exceptions, I don't want to name people, who have taken their role as Human Rights Commission members seriously. Rest of the people, it is just filling up the blank. There's a vacancy, you fill up that vacancy. So political patronage comes to it. A State Human Rights Commission, if it had been active, if it had been proactive, not even active, proactive, if it had gone about doing their work in a way to enhance constitutional protection, not freedoms alone, protections, Tamil Nadu will not be in the state it is in today with this type of custodial deaths, custodial crimes, tortures. It's huge in Tamil Nadu. See, one thing I think your viewers should know, that bulk of custodial torture takes place in theft cases. 90% of cases of custodial deaths take place in cases involving property thefts or money thefts, etc. I myself have two major cases now involving property theft where people were beaten up because the people who complained of theft had enough money power and political power to push the policemen to take it. One happened right in the heart of city in 2006, a case called Arun Kumar. Okay, he was beaten up so badly on a complaint by a local wealthy person that he robbed the house of gold jewels. He was beaten up, tortured. All his 9 fingers had to be amputated because of gangrene, because of the torture. Okay, it came to us, we took it to the High Court. It was there before the High Court. We brought all these things. Luckily, an RDO inquiry was held. RDO inquiry held, yes, custodial torture has taken place, okay, and compensation should be given. And importantly, action should be taken against the policeman.
Police officials.
2006, we are in 2025. High Court then passed an order saying, let the rule of law be implemented, let action be taken as a policeman. Nothing has happened till date. Enquiry started last week based on an order. Likewise, in Kanchipuram, we have a case. We have so many other cases in Tamil Nadu. So if the Human Rights Commission had actually been proactive and had gone behind many of these issues, Tamil Nadu's sorry state would not be there.
The Tamil Nadu government has offered a government job, a residential plot and 5 lakh rupees compensation for victim family of Ajit Kumar. So do you think that offering these kind of help is useful for the victim, as well as another side of the story is accountability and also the proper investigation into the custodial death? Do you think this attempt of sideline or making things better something what the ruling government is trying to do?
See, on one hand, the affected people, the victims and the families, they should be rehabilitated. They should get what is called reparation in international terms, not compensation, reparation. They should be given emotional counseling. There should be victim protection so that they will stand through the whole trial, etc. So on that, one cannot quarrel about any measures given to the victims. That's not the issue. But the government has very beautifully silenced the victims by giving such sops. The issue is not giving compensation or reparation to the victims. The issue is accountability. Has the government ensured quickly that FIR is registered, the persons responsible are arrested, investigation completed within the time that's specified? Now you have the new BNS and BNSS, where it very proudly claims that within a specific time period it has to be done. This is a test. Let the Tamil Nadu government make sure that in this case of Ajit Kumar, okay, all the people are other. Now there is, for example, one news which has come in the media that the woman who gave the complaint has access to a serving IAS officer, and that IAS officer called up the SP or the DSP and asked them, "Nee sahi vendiyadhu sahi." Now, is that IAS officer going to be pulled in? Because he has a role. It is not his duty to go and call up the policeman and to say this. Now, of course, they will all withdraw and say and move out of it. But that person should be named. That person should be. You do that in 2-3 cases. All other IAS officers will learn the lesson. Let this IAS officer be named. Let him be brought out. Let him be named as an accessory to the whole crime. We don't do it because he is an IAS officer. You don't do it because he is an IPS officer. You don't do it because he is a political minister or somebody else. Unfortunately, justice delivery is caught up in these issues. So, coming back to your question about is this sufficient? I think it's an eyewash. I think it is an attempt to sort of make sure that public memory is quietened, and eventually they will make sure that the trial, no investigation is properly done. Some small chotu-motu man will be people on SI or inspector or a head constable will be named as accused. All the other people will go about as though they have nothing to do with the whole thing. That's why I'm saying it has to start at the top, not at the bottom. The command responsibility, persons who should be named in this custodial death should be from the SP downwards. They are collusive for abdicating their responsibility of supervising what happened.
So what's your take on CBI investigation? Because Tamil Nadu government has transferred this case to CBI. So do you think the CBI will investigate properly?
See, ultimately, proof of the pudding is in the eating. Transferring it to the CBI is one way of damage control. Okay, we have given it to the CBI, let the CBI do. We have examples of the CBI itself showing caste and various other prejudices in their thing. We have the dishonor killing of Kannagi Murugesan, in which the CBI officer also played a lot of tricks in that. So it's not the issue that the CBI is suddenly going to become more neutral and therefore more objective about the whole thing. One hopes that because it's a CBI, it may be a lot more balanced. It's only a hope. Our experience doesn't show that the CBI is necessarily different. From the ruling party and from the chief minister's point of view, you have distanced yourself from the whole thing so that no political blame can come on him. Whatever the CBI does is separate. What we have to talk about is, before you transfer to the CBI, that So many custodial tortures and deaths are taking place in Tamil Nadu during the 2021 to 2025 year period. How is he accounting for it? He cannot say that I am not responsible for it. He is accountable for the entire thing. He will have to necessarily stand up and be counted in terms of what they actually did. And if he has not done, he should accept responsibility, political responsibility for it. Not divert attention, not push away the whole issue out of the public attention, not hoping that, you're giving away a responsibility to the CBI. That's not the way to deal with it.